A long time ago, in a busy township of Soweto, a group of street kids lived near a large dump. Among them was Amahle, a 13-year-old girl with a big heart and even bigger dreams. Life was very hard for the kids. Every day they searched through the trash for food to eat and items to sell. At night they slept in small shelters made of plastics. Amahle was a different child. She was a dreamer, while her friends believed their lives would never change. Amahle always hoped for a better future. She told them stories about having warm beds, clean clothes, and plenty of food to eat. Sipho, her closest friend, often said, "Amahle, dreams don't come true for kids like us." Still, Amahle never gave up. She used to share her food with the younger kids, even when she was hungry. But Amahle had her own struggles too. She carried a scar on her shoulder, a mark left by her foster parents who burnt her when she was young. One day, a kind man called Babzwide came to the dump. He often visited to bring food for the street kids. As Amahle adjusted her torn shirt, Babzwide noticed something unusual: the scar, the birthmark scar on her shoulder. His face changed, but he couldn't say anything right away. He couldn't shake the feeling that the mark meant something very important. Over the next few days, he did all in his power to learn more. He spoke to the elders in the township, showing them the drawing of the mark. He held meetings with everyone who might know its meaning, piecing together a story about a lost child with a sun-shaped birthmark. Slowly everything pointed to Amahle. Days later, Babzwide returned with an old photo. He showed it to Amahle, and she was shocked. The people in the photo looked exactly like her. Babzwide explained that the Mkhize family, a wealthy and a kind-hearted couple, had lost their baby girl many years ago, a baby with a birthmark shaped like a sun. As Babzwide revealed what he had learned, Amahle said quietly, listening. She spoke. I think I know why they did this to me," she said softly, tracing the scar on her shoulder. Amahle took a deep breath and began to tell the story. "When I was little, my foster parents told me I wasn't like other kids. They didn't love me like parents should. One day, when I was just 6, they did this," she said, pointing to the scar. "They burnt my shoulder on purpose. I didn't understand why, but I knew I couldn't stay, so I ran away. I've been on the streets ever since." Babzwide listened closely, admiring Amahle's courage. "Amahle," he said gently, "there's something you should know about that birthmark. It's more than just a birthmark. It's a symbol of who you are." He explained that Amahle's birthmark was not ordinary. From the moment she was born, it was known that she was special. Her birthmark, shaped like the sun, symbolized royalty in her family bloodline. The Mkhizes were not just loving parents, they were also rightful leaders of their ancestral village. Prophecies passed down through generations foretold that a child with a sun-shaped birthmark would not only bring hope to others, but also attract great fortune wherever they went. Ubabzwide went on with his voice heavy with emotions. The accident that separated you from your parents wasn't an accident at all. It was planned. People who knew the prophecy wanted to take you away. They wanted to hide your mark and keep your destiny for themselves. That's why your foster parents hurt you. That's why they burnt you. They wanted to erase who you are. For the first time, she felt like the missing pieces of her life were coming together. Amahle's heart raced as she listened. Ubabzwide took her to a big house with tall gates and a beautiful garden. The Mkhize family looked at her with tears of hope in their eyes. They gently touched her shoulder and saw the mark they had been searching for. Amahle felt overwhelmed. Living in a house was something Amahle never imagined. At first it felt strange. She wasn't used to having her own room with soft blankets or eating warm meals at the table. The clean walls, shiny floors, the quiet rooms felt like another world. But what amazed her mostly was having parents who cared for her. The Mkhizes showed her love in ways she had never known. They asked how was her day, hugged her, and told her she was special. For the first time, Amahle felt that she belonged somewhere. Yet she couldn't stop thinking about her friends back in the dump. That night, Amahle sat alone, staring into a broken mirror that she kept from the dump. She traced the scar on her shoulder and cried. She missed her friends and she wasn't sure what to do. But then she remembered her dreams. This wasn't just for her. This was a chance to help the other kids as well. With the Mkhize's support, Amahle returned to the township and helped build a shelter for the street kids. It was a safe place where they could eat, sleep, and feel cared for. The dump was cleared and the recycling center was built, giving people jobs. Over time, the township changed. There was a new sense of hope. One evening, Amahle sat on a hill with Sipho, Tandega, and the other kids. They looked down at the clean, bright township. The sun was setting, casting golden light over the land. Sipho smiled at Amahle and said, "You were right, Amahle. Life can change." Amahle smiled back, her heart full of joy. Her dreams had come true. Not just for her, but for all of them.